You and I, we are not alike.
Wide open again. Lord Nolan
I don't make
catches
myself
at the 40.
bleed for this life, and it's kinda nice. You just okay, but I'm kinda nice. Yeah, I said it's game time.
35, 30.
I said it's game time. Should have painted my voice this right now. Yeah, it's game time.
Slam to the field turn. Breaker. The football pops free. Sack. Touchdown. Spartan. The middle picked off by Parker. Wide open again. Lord Nolan. They won't catch him. 20. It is caught inside the 5. It's Kirby, the hog shooter, for a third time.
Welcome into the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, which is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. In the locker room here at Bixby High School and Lauren Montgomery. Big game at home against the Mustang Broncos, a team that you knew had quite a bit of talent.
Yeah, absolutely. They're one of the one-horse towns in the West. Had shown that they're a very good football team. Came in at 5-2, playing with a lot of confidence. Had some really good football players. So proud to come out with a win. Proud of the way our team started. Came out with a 29-0 lead right off the bat, and then proud of the way we were able to hang in there and kind of weather their momentum or weather their storm.
Yeah, because they had a little resiliency of their own, came back and made an interesting game there for a minute. Now, you knew you had a big game coming up. Practice players essential during those weeks. Let's talk about your practice players of the week.
Yeah, a couple guys just absolutely kill it every single week, and that's a great theme for us. We've got a lot of guys that practice really well, give us a great look. A lot of guys that play a lot on Friday nights. And the first one, Michael Gilson, senior wide receiver, just gives us an excellent look. Everything he does is first class. And then Cole Seeger, young sophomore corner, wide receiver, long, rangy kid that we have high hopes for, is doing some really good stuff.
Well, those are brought to you by Waldo's Chicken. The Spartans and the Mustang Broncos will have your first half highlights when we come back.
Toss right side, pylon, front of the end zone, catch made, Kirby.
The Bixby Quarterback Club would like to thank these proud sponsors of the Bixby Football Coaches Show. Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. BTC Broadband, stay connected with us. American Waste, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Nowlin Orthodontics, powered by Smile Doctors. Baker Pools, the best pool company in Tulsa. Waldo's Chicken, where it's always made from scratch. Roush Coleman Homes, improving quality of life one home at a time. Oklahoma Promo, products that inspire. Core Society, experience the core workout. TTCU, life is better in balance. Castle Rock Homes, your custom home is waiting. And by Explorer Pipeline.
Hey, I'm Elizabeth, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is the collab of flavors. The sweet honey, the pickled jalapeno peppers, and the creamy pimento cheese. It is a perfect bite.
Hey y'all, this is Ronte, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is the richness of the pimento cheese. When I took a first bite, I was like, go, go, go cheese, go pimento, go honey, go chicken, go get it.
Hey Bixby! Stay connected this fall with fast fiber internet from BTC Broadband. Stream all your favorite teams with no buffering with our affordable home internet plans. Plus, our friendly local customer service team is always ready to help when you need it. Call 918-366-8000 and enjoy seamless internet in Bixby and other select areas. Go Spartans!
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
Welcome back to the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, which is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Spartans at home. Highlights coming up against the Mustang Broncos. And Lauren, you knew Mustang was a solid team, and you started off fast.
yeah, we knew that they probably had one of the better defensive lines that we've seen, and good in the back end. And then on offense, an excellent quarterback, 2 or 3 tailbacks that are really quick and shifty, and then probably 3 collectively one of the best wide receiver cores that we've seen. They were able to run great routes, get open, make contested catches, all the things that you would expect a high caliber 6A football program to do.
Spartans taking on Mustang from Bixby in our first half highlights, brought to you by American Waste Control.
Yeah, get the offense out here, get rocking and rolling right here, and you see the bubble screen out on the edge. Excellent blocking by Blake Hogshooter from his wide receiver position. His long reach allows him to do an excellent job there. Bodie Carroll in on the counter play behind Broderick Scholl. Sam DeWoody, guard, you see him pulling there, just does an excellent job. He's really coming on, an undersized guard, but very physical, very strong. He's a weight room guy. Corey Foreman right there from his wide receiver position catches the bubble screen and makes a little something happen. And then Carson scrambles around right here and finds Hogshooter. He's got a little break and a little separation and puts a strike on him, and big time explosive play right there. And so coming back here, Mustang shows speed option. They hadn't shown that, but Cord does an excellent job of staying home and not going with the false pull and playing that. And then see Nate Gonzalez here, super shifty, really has put together 2 of his very best weeks as a Bixby Spartan. So love what he's doing. Carson does a good job going all the way through his progression right here and finding the open receiver. And then Cooper Parker from tailback position, just an excellent runner with the ball in his hands, picking up challenging, tough yardage. And then right here, Bodie Carroll on the inside zone play, makes a great cut, almost gets it in the end zone right here and allows Cooper to get in behind the blocking of Carter Bell and Jack Gill and that big offensive line right there. Get defense out here, and defense does a good job of bottling up the quarterback run game. Mustang really talented and creative in their run game. And then Braden Presley on the interception right here follows the shallow screen and picks up the overthrown ball. So a really nice play right there. And then once again coming back to the counter play, we spit the bubble screen out. Nate Gonzalez, and just showing how shifty he is. He's a hard guy to tackle. And then hit the hitch out here to Corey Foreman, and Corey does a good job of trying to make something happen right there. And then Carson comes back here and hands the ball off to Cooper. Cooper lined up at tailback right there. We do so much with Cooper. He's just such a versatile, great football player. And then the back shoulder fade. Blake Hogshooter on the second touch of the evening had his best night, had 4 touchdowns on the evening, 187 yards. C. Cooper bottling up, Joe Peters bottling up the quarterback run game, and then excellent form tackle. Really textbook there by Cord Nolan on what we call hawk tackling, the safer tackling these days. And then nice hitch screen right here, and we hit Nate Gonzalez out on the perimeter again. Nate doing a good job from that wide receiver position, continuing to grow. Tyler Wright on the speed sweep right here, doing a good job going ahead and picking up the first down. Smart football player, knowing the down and distance. And then we run the inside zone keeper play right here, and Carson does a really nice job of showing his great speed, gets knocked out of bounds down there close, but big time play from him right there. And good to see he's doing great stuff with his feet and his arm. And then Cooper does a nice job punching that thing into the end zone right there. So really good plays by our playmakers, and that takes us into halftime with a score of 29-14.
All right, Spartans up at the half. We'll take a look at your second half highlights next.
Shotgun snap, throw left side, picked off, intercepted by Emery Snyder, his 3rd INT of the season.
Hey, I'm Elizabeth, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is the collab of flavors. The sweet honey, the pickled jalapeno peppers, and the creamy pimento cheese. It is a perfect bite.
Hey y'all, this is Ronte, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is the richness of the pimento cheese. When I took a first bite, I was like, go, go, go cheese, go pimento, go honey, go chicken, go get it.
My name is Laura Montgomery. I'm head football coach at Bixby High School. Dr. Nallen has treated me personally with Invisalign. As a football coach, I appreciate teamwork. When you go to Dr. Nallen's office, it's teamwork at its finest, from leadership all the way down.
Nallen Orthodontics, transforming smiles, free consultations, and 0% financing.
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
We're back on the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, which is sponsored by Chick-fil-A, looking at the Spartans against Mustang, and you jump out early. It looks like that thing might get away from them. They fought their way back. That's what leads you to 29-14 at half.
Yep, they had a great drive there, and then kicked the onside kick, which we kind of anticipated coming, and recovered it. And then just a sequence of events. We had an accidental face mask. We had a pass interference after that kind of led them down within 2 minutes to that second score. And so other than that, don't really feel like we played a terrible first half, but no, they had some momentum, and that's the thing that we talked about at halftime.
Let's take a look at your second half highlights, and these are brought to you by BTC Broadband.
We won the toss and elected to defer to the second half, and so getting an opportunity to get out here. Right here, you see Bodie Carroll picking up a few yards there on the first carry, and then we get in behind young sophomore Caden Penny there on the counter play, and we actually hit the hit screen off of it to Blake Hogshooter, and everybody wonders about Blake's speed because he's a 4'4" guy, but you don't really realize it because he's so long. And right there, he shows off his speed, and then his physicality right there, picking up a big block and doing a nice job with our guys blocking down the field, gooning as Coach Stevens and Coach Embry calls it. And then the drop pass right here, and Carson does a nice job at scrambling. I think we had some guys running open but didn't have an opportunity to hit those. Kind of like you see a lot of times a drop snap and guys lose everybody in coverage, and then we come back here with a double move off the bubble screen, and Cord does a nice job slipping across, finding the void in coverage, and Carson hits him. And then you see that defensive line, Cooper Parker there from his linebacker position, making a good play, young sophomore Nate Hobbs. And then right here, Emery Snyder with a big-time interception. Emery's such a long corner. At 6'3", covers a ton of ground, and so got some guys doing some really good stuff right here, and we find Cord Nolan there on the pop pass, and Carson does a nice job putting the ball on him they can handle, and then Cord with his excellent speed, nobody's going to catch him there. So a nice strike, a nice explosive play from the tight end position. You see Hector Garcia really getting good push in there from his nose guard position, and then Maverick Nance on the tackle. Maverick does a great job of rolling in and getting great snaps out of him on both sides of the ball. 365-pound bench presser, so proud of him. Once again, bottling that thing up right there, and then right here you see Cooper Parker on the power read play. Cooper does a really nice job of making the read right there on the power read and pulling that thing down, and then we hit a counter play right here. Tyler Wright from his wide receiver position actually lined up in the backfield there, so he's been getting a few touches from the backfield, and he's one of our more explosive players. And then right here, Blake Hogshooter making a big time play, a Division I play, as I would call that, being able to go up in high point, make a catch on a contested ball. And then once again, Mustangs coming out, trying to run the football, and Peyton Chronister back in the lineup after he was out a couple weeks. Good seeing him back, doing some good stuff. And then up inside right here, Cord Nolan doing a good job plugging the hole, and on third down, getting a big stop right there, forcing the punt. And then Braden Presley back deep for us, and then shows off his excellent speed right here. Another guy that doesn't necessarily look fast, but you can see him burning up angles right here, and gets this excellent field position on a great punt return. Nice job, Braden. He's really coming on, and I think gets better every week. And then we hit the bubble screen out here to Corey Foreman, and Corey does a nice job picking up some yardage. And then come back here on the counter play. You see Walker Wells, senior tight end, doing good stuff. Gabe Blankenship from his tailback position, really getting some big-time snaps there throughout the game. Gabe's an explosive guy, and we're continuing to try to get the ball to him. And then you see Corey Foreman on the speed sweep right there from the slot position, doing good stuff. And then Gabe right here, Landon Teinhardt, young sophomore. One of the things you don't notice, but he has an excellent block out there on the edge that allows Gabe to slide through, and that takes us to a final score of 64 to 35.
Let's take a look at your final stats. These brought to you this season by Explorer Pipeline.
Big evening for the Spartans, 683 yards of total offense with 28 first downs. Mustang also had a productive night with 444 yards. 366 of ours came through the air, 317 on the ground. Penalties, something that we're really diving into, looking at. We had 6 for 50, but really when you look at the net effect of the penalties, we lost that battle with Mustang, and so something we're trying to get better at. We had 1 turnover. Mustang had the 2 interceptions. Passing, Carson Kirby was 22 of 29 for 350 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rushing, Carson Kirby, our leading rusher, had 85 yards. Cooper Parker with 51, Bodie Carroll with 50. Receiving, Blake Hogshooter had 6 big receptions for 187 yards and 4 touchdowns. Cord Nolan had 4 big-time receptions for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. Corey Foreman had 5 for 45. Tackles on the evening, Cord Nolan, leading tackler with 13. Also on the board, Peyton Chronister, Cooper Parker, Emery Snyder, and then a couple interceptions, both from Emery and Braden. So excellent night statistically and good to get a district win.
So now you head back out on the road. You got 2 games left, and this is one team out in the West that is growing. You've seen them in the past. They've stepped up into 6A1, and Deer Creek, who started off the season looking really good, they've had a couple of tough ones here late.
Yeah, you know, if you look at our schedule, the back end is really stacked. We had 5-2 Mustang, and then I think that takes us into 6-2 Deer Creek this week, and then it's strong all the way through. And so Deer Creek, is an excellent team. They've got 130 kids on the roster, a lot of similarities to our program. Their kids play hard. They've got a good coach, and Coach Stanley, Wade Stanley, and his staff that's been together now for a while. And so you see some things, a Division I quarterback, you see a odd stack defense that's very aggressive. They got a middle safety guy that basically makes about 25 tackles a game and lights people up. And so we got our work cut out for us. We're going to have another week of great preparation and another week where we take the next step and get better. And that's the thing that I've been proud of with this team is we've challenged them to do the little things right and get better. And each week we see them get a little bit better at that. And so hopefully that trend continues on through this week and into the playoffs.
All right, Spartans on the road, taking on Deer Creek, the Deer Creek Antlers, 7 o'clock. That'll be your Mabry Bank upcoming game of the week. We'll come back with your Now in Orthodontics Player of the Week.
What comes to mind when you think of trash? Probably just glad somebody else handles it, right? Well, American Waste Control founder Kenny Burkett started hauling waste and recyclables in Tulsa over 50 years ago. And he is still taking the trash out today. That's not all. Kenny's company is the presenting sponsor of the annual Tulsa Christmas Parade, and he's proud to sponsor Bixby Spartan football. Come out and cheer for our Bixby Spartans with your local waste company and recycling hauler each home game.
My name is Laura Montgomery. I'm head football coach at Bixby High School. Dr. Nowlin has treated me personally with Invisalign. As a football coach, I appreciate teamwork. When you go to Dr. Nowlin's office, it's teamwork at its finest, from leadership all the way down.
Nowlin Orthodontics, transforming smiles, free consultations, and 0% financing.
Welcome back on the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, and it's time for our Now in Orthodontics Player of the Week. And it's junior quarterback Carson Kirby who joins us on the show. Carson, welcome in.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, let's talk just in general about your season to this point. Kind of evaluate it and tell us how it's going for you.
Yeah, the season started off pretty rough with our first loss going to Owasso. But after that, we just started continuing to getting better each and every week and just really buckled down on the little things. We got a bunch of new guys coming in and just trying to get them, and they're doing a lot better job, and yeah.
Let's talk about overall your offense with all those new people. Now, your offensive line, you've got a couple of big tackles, one of them younger, one of them obviously is senior. Mm-hmm. What's it like working with those guys?
Oh yeah, it's definitely nice having those 2 big guys out there, and especially nice for Broderick because he was here last year with a very experienced O-line with Brody Duffel and Evan McClure and all of them, so he knows all the rights and wrongs, so he gets to teach the younger guys like KP and DeWoody or Hamlin, those first-year starter guys, what to do and just help them out.
Right now, your receivers, this is probably your favorite part because you get to talk about the guys you're throwing the football to. You had 6 touchdowns this last week against Mustang. Your receivers, you've got obviously kind of a variety. Hog Shooter is the big target out there, but maybe just describe all those guys and what they offer offensively.
Okay, Hog Shooter, he's definitely probably my #1 guy. He's 6'4", he can jump a 40-inch vert, he can just do whatever. And then I got Braden's solid, he's fast, he's super fast, he knows how to get in the blind spots of defense of the DBs and does a really good job at that. Emery, he's 6'4", 200 pounds, he's a big body, he could go up and get the ball. And then inside receivers, let's go Nate G. I love Nate G, he's super quick and fast and he's clean on his routes. And Catcher's super sharp with his route running and just his ability to find open space and just knowing, and he's super good with just the feel of the game. And then I got Cord. He's just a dog. He's just a dog. I could throw it to him like a swing pass and he could take it 60 yards because that's just who he is. He's a playmaker.
You get a lot of options. Now let's talk about you personally and developing as a quarterback. You're a lifelong guy here at Bixby, growing up in the INFC and played different positions. But as quarterback, when you're in the youth time of your life, you're running it more. But when did you start really working on throwing and starting to air it out a little bit?
It was probably going into my 8th grade year with Bixby. After your 7th grade year at INFC, you go into our program, and that's when I really started to buckle down. And I just did a lot of things in the off season. Like every day in the summer, me and Braden or me and my receivers would just come out to the field and just work on our chemistry and work on the little things that we need to get better. And also in the off season, I do a little bit of 7-on-7, and that just helps a lot too with just understanding the defense because that's pass only. And I do a lot of work with my QB coach, Coleman Key, and obviously Coach Snyder helps me out a lot.
Well, before we get out of here, young kids are watching and they want to play quarterback. You mentioned all those things that they could do. What would you say is the most important thing for them to know?
That size doesn't matter. I know there's all different types of quarterbacks, and nowadays everyone's 6'4", 6'5", but it's all about the heart that you have and the amount of effort you put into it.
Well, and you're able to get out and run. That doesn't hurt either.
Not at all.
Well, Carson, we appreciate your time, man.
Thank you.
You've got a couple of games coming up, obviously, and then on into the playoffs. Having a great year. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Carson Kirby, junior quarterback, and the Spartans obviously heading on the road against Deer Creek. He had 6 touchdowns this last week at home against Mustang. We'll have our youth team of the week. Talk about the little guys when we come back.
Hey Bixby! Stay connected this fall with fast fiber internet from BTC Broadband. Stream all your favorite teams with no buffering with our affordable home internet plans. Plus, our friendly local customer service team is always ready to help when you need it. Call 918-366-8000 and enjoy seamless internet in Bixby and other select areas. Go Spartans!
What comes to mind when you think of trash? Probably just glad somebody else handles it, right? Well, American Waste Control founder Kenny Burkett started hauling waste and recyclables in Tulsa over 50 years ago, and he is still taking the trash out today. That's not all. Kenny's company is the presenting sponsor of the annual Tulsa Christmas Parade, and he's proud to sponsor Bixby Spartan football. Come out and cheer for our Bixby Spartans with your local waste company and recycling hauler each home game.
Welcome back to the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, and it's time for our TTCU Youth Team of the Week, and all the way back to first grade here at Bixby First Grade. Red and Zach Miller, the head coach, joins us here on the show. Zach, welcome in.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Hey, we're going to get into some highlights and talk about your offense, your defense, and just in general. Let's talk about how your season's gone so far, and this is your first year of coaching with Bixby.
Yes, first year in INFC. It's been a rough season a little bit as far as wins, losses, only one win, but overall I'm proud of our progress. The boys, I think, have gotten really done a good job just progressing over the season individually, and then definitely parts of the team as a cohesive unit, we've gotten better. So can't beat that, right?
Yeah, good group of parents to start off.
Parents have been real supportive. I had about 5-6 dads to help out with coaching, so that made it a lot easier. And yeah, it's been real good. No issues really. So smooth sailing on that end.
All right, let's get into some highlights. Take a look at your offense and your defense. We'll start by talking about your offense.
So offensively, we actually threw the ball a few times in our third game, which is the one we won. Had a good little quarterback that we had some fun with it. Scored a touchdown off one of those passes, about a 15-yard pass off the other one, and got a couple good running backs. That quarterback's name is Cash Houston. He's gonna be a good kid to pay attention to. And then Walker Leet, he's a good runner. He plays linebacker for us as well. So he's a good running back. And we had Daniel Migliore. He's a good runner. He had a nice little reverse on one of the plays we had yesterday. So nice, good run on that.
Well, let's flip the field here. Talk about your defense now.
Defense, we run 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers. We've got Walker and Daniel playing linebacker, and those kids they kind of get it. They just naturally have that ability to read a play or to go fill the gap if we ask them to, and you can just kind of let them sit back and play football, and they've been making lots of tackles for us, a lot of big plays.
Well, this season, you're late into it, and overall, how would you rate not only the season, but your support from the parents, and talk about Bixby Youth Football as an organization and how that's helped you?
I think they've been real supportive. I mean, they have open lines of communication. They lay everything out at the beginning of the season. They hold you accountable. They're there, lots of support, lots of contacts, and so it's been a great league to be involved with. The club, the Bixby Club, INSC, it's been great. I have no complaints, and I'm looking forward to progressing the next 7 years with this team and the club. So.
All right, well, right out of the gate, first grade, you got a long way to go.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Thanks for stopping by and talking some football, Zach.
All right,
folks, that will do it for this edition of the show. Now, our Mabry Bank upcoming game of the week on the road at Deer Creek against the Antlers. 7 o'clock is your kickoff. The Bixby Quarterback Club would like to thank these proud sponsors of the Bixby Football Coaches Show: Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken; BTC Broadband, stay connected with us; American Waste, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you; Nowlin Orthodontics, powered by Smile Doctors; Baker Pools, the best pool company in Tulsa; Waldo's Chicken, where it's always made from scratch; Roush Coleman Homes, improving quality of life one home at a time; Oklahoma Promo, products that inspire; Core Society, experience the core workout; TTCU, life is better in balance; Castle Rock Homes, your custom home is waiting; and by Explorer Pipeline.